internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's episode. The market is in the red right now. Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, XRP is down, and yet today feels like one of the most historic moments since I've been in crypto. Because while the world is staring at prices, we just made a move that will be remembered forever. And David Schwartz even made the same move the same day we made the move. And you're probably talking, well, what move are you talking about? Give me a moment. I have to cover something much, much more important that is going to have you on the edge of your seat first. The website called sugartrades.io. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Do you guys remember that famous quote by Brad Garlinghouse?
There's, relatively speaking, fixed supply, and you have increasing demand. And when endowments and institutions, Joey and I sat in a meeting not that long ago with, some of the largest institutional money in the world trying to get smart about crypto. They owned zero on that day. I don't know if they do today. But as they enter the market, you have fixed supply, increasing demand. You don't have to go to MIT to know what's going to happen.
Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over this briefly, and I'll do an in-depth video on it in the coming days. But just remember, when I tell you guys there's about to be trillions to be flooding into this market, listen to how Sergey, okay, let's see, Sergey's LinkedIn account, he is the co-founder of Chainlink, and he was also a part of that seat at the White House with Brad Garlinghouse. Chainlink was there. But for him to sit here and talk like this, given his level, can you imagine what is being discussed behind those closed door meetings that have not been made public yet? Listen to the way he says this, and with the conviction. He's not the only one that says it, right? But this is very recent. Like, we're talking days ago.
Quadrillion. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what people need to understand. I'm not talking about another trillion. I'm talking about quadrillions. To understand, I'm not talking about another trillion. I'm talking about quadrillions.
So when we talk about XRP hitting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 trillion in market capitalization, it is going to happen because there's going to be value flowing through chains. It's something that no human has ever witnessed before. So please, please do not overlook that. So let's take a look at this for a quick sec. So exchange float estimate. Estimate the total of XRP available for trading across worldwide exchanges, right? So let's just say, for example, there is 5 billion XRP out there to available to be trading. And when the demand comes in, and banks aren't going to come in here with $1 billion. They're going to start small and then start scaling into the trillions, right? That's where we are very well versed and educated on this. If the institutions come, right? So there's 5 billion coming, and remember, regulated and there's going to be XRP locked up. Billions of them are going to be locked up. So let's just say 5 billion is floating and the current price is 281 and there's $10 million in buy pressure demand. Okay, that's great. But when banks come here, $10 million isn't even pocket change, it's dirt. So when we start scaling the system, go to 1 billion, XRP price starts going up, obviously. And it's at $4.23 because the exchange float is coming down, right? And as more buy pressure comes in, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion XRPs at, $44. More pressure. Now we have 5 billion. Remember, this is 5 billion out there. This is why I've said there isn't enough XRP. Please understand that 100 billion XRP isn't enough, and there isn't even 100 billion out there, right? So let's just say for some reason, more XRP gets freed up, right? So it gets more available. So obviously the price is going to come down. You see where the price and demand thing kicks in here, right? Where you got more supply, less demand, obviously the price is going to be lower. But when you have high, you don't need to go to MIT to know what's going to happen to the price. Oh man. But so as we go ahead and put the buy pressure up, right? They come scoop them all up because they love the utility of it. $17 billion, and XRP sitting at $342. And I can't believe, well, I could believe, but it's just amazing how we knew all this was coming. And at $2.78 XRP right now, like I said, generational bottom. So I'm going to talk about the trades in a moment. But these prices are going to be laughed at once. You got to understand, the next wave of capital that's coming in, these are institutions that are looking for utility tokens. They said it in the executive order that they just released a couple days ago. And XRP is in that blueprint. The evidence is there. But I have to go over something very, very monumental first, that you all and we all have an opportunity to really take everybody by the storm. Salute has officially gone live with our XRPL validator, ladies and gentlemen. This is a monumental moment. The domain still has not been verified yet, but it's going to be xrplsalute.com. And here we have we just started August 1st, but you wouldn't believe what just happened, right? And also we're planning for the future. That's why we are making this monumental move. We literally plugged Salute into the backbone of the financial system that is being built right in front of our eyes. That is going to handle billions and trillions of dollars. And now Salute is powering that. And the timing could not be crazier. Because David Schwartz, okay, I can't even believe this. On the exact same day, David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, and the man who helped design the XRP ledger itself, announced that he is personally spinning up a high-scale XRPL hub. He's not doing this as Ripple, the company. He's doing this himself to strengthen the network. And that is pretty much what matters. Moves like this make XRP stronger. So what does this exactly mean? Think of it like an engine room of XRP ledger. Validators are the computers that check and confirm every single transaction on the network. They make sure the ledger stays accurate, honest, and unstoppable. And without validators, nothing moves. With strong validators, XRP can move billions and then trillions without any sort of interruption. And we're not running this on some small setup. I want you guys to understand that the Salute validator is indeed powered by AWS enterprise-grade infrastructure. And it's designed to avoid downtime and maintain maximum reliability. This means our node is always ready, always live, and helping keep the XRP ledger secure and efficient for the global value that flow through it. You guys need to understand that owning Salute isn't just a meme coin anymore. You're confirming transactions, and soon going to be confirming transactions, not soon, but well, yeah, these BlackRock, they're not here yet, but we're going to be confirming and contributing to this ecosystem. And this is just the beginning. People need to realize what we're a part of here. Right now, crypto is mostly speculation. Price swings because the value moving through these networks is tiny compared to what's coming. But in the future, when real world value flows on chain, trillions from FX markets, bonds, real estate, stablecoins, and tokenized assets, XRP and the XRP ledger will need validators like ours to keep everything running smooth. And that is why, Sergey says this.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what people need to understand. I'm not talking about another trillion. I'm talking about quadrillions.
And I think I have to make another video about the difference between Chainlink, Hedera, XDC, XRP, because a lot of people are just so uneducated in this sector, thinking Chainlink is somehow better than XRP when they completely have two different use cases. My goodness, it is insane, and they pretend like they know what they're talking about. Like I said, this is where Salute goes from being a token to being a part of history. Our validator is now a piece of the infrastructure that will power this system, the system that we have been covering. Every transaction, that's going to be flowing through this XRP ledger bad boy. Our validator, it's going to keep it moving along with many others. And that means Salute is now tied directly into the XRP and Ripple story. And let me be clear, this strengthens Ripple. Ripple's mission is to move real money for the world institutions, right? So for that to happen, The XRP ledger has to be fast, reliable, and trusted. Every strong validator, every additional piece of the network makes XRP more resilient. It makes the system harder to stop. It builds confidence for the next era of finance. So this is why I keep saying, ignore the market dips. Today's volatility is just noise. We are building during the moment the world will look back on the foundation of the new financial system. And remember, once trillions in value are moving on chain, the market will not act like this anymore, okay? There will be real liquidity, real depth, and real economic weight behind XRP. While everybody's panicking, remember, we just stepped inside the engine room of the system that will move the world's money. And Salute is no longer just a project or a meme token. We are officially a part of the XRP ledger infrastructure, and we are helping to write history. And years from now, when XRP is moving trillions and the world finally sees what's built here, people will look back and realize that this was the moment the future started. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But if you guys have not joined the XRP community or reviewed us, if you're new to the XRP, trust us, we are not your average investors. We understand what we hold, and we know this bad boy is going to go and appreciate in value very handsomely. And if you want to be a part of the Salute community, the link is in the description down below. Join with the Joey wallet, available for iPhone and Android. We got a lot coming down the pipelines, ladies and gentlemen. A lot coming down the pipelines, and announcements that will be made very, very soon. It almost kind of slipped up. However, the link is in the description down below if you want to be a part of Salute. We are at ground zero of this ecosystem. I cannot stress this enough. We talked about the meme ecosystem a couple days ago with Monica Long and Brad Garlinghouse. But generational bottoms. Let's talk about that briefly before I actually end off the video. So currently, I closed one of the trades. I took some profits at top. Okay, we're using BitUnex and also TOOBIT. Take advantage of TOOBIT's deposit bonus. If you deposit $3,000, you do get a $600 future bonus that you could be putting into work right now and practicing during these volatility times, right? You don't even need to touch your 3K until you feel comfortable enough. However, we have a trade open on BitUnex right now. I closed one of the trades at $289 at a $4,000 loss. And good thing I did, because I would have got wrecked. So we are in another position right now that is down $1,800. In my opinion, the market is still going to come back down, but we have to see how this plays out within the next, I'm going to say, give or say 8 hours, we'll get kind of the vibe. But 266 is looking kind of juicy and looking kind of, a solid, little bit of a solid foundation built there for resistance. But let's see how that plays out. However, I will be monitoring this. We're going to be going live. Get these accounts set, folks, because these are generational bottoms. I'm telling you. If you're accumulating XRP, don't trade. Not worth it. But if you have accumulated XRP and you have been in this ecosystem for a very long time, catching a potential bottom here is monumental. Go low leverage, 3 leverage, right? Higher the margin, your liquidity will be a lot lower. But right now, take advantage of the deposit bonus for BitUnex and TOOBIT. The link is in the description down below. And join our TIFT 2025 for TOOBIT. It is a trading competition. And as a group, as our volume gets higher, we do get a payout at the end of the month, depending on how high our volume is as a group effort. So the links are in the description down below. I cannot stress this enough, folks. I mean, you heard Sergey, right? You heard him say it as well.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what people need to understand. I'm not talking about another trillion. I'm talking about quadrillions.
Like yelling at us pretty much. Quadrillions. I can't even believe I want to know what they know.
That's what I'm talking about. This is what people need to understand. I'm not talking about another trillion.
We know we have our tinfoil hats, but that all came true. But again, all jokes aside, pretty monumental times ahead of us, folks. Much love.
I'm talking about quadrillions.
It started started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24 hours crypto, leading the call, bringing XRP believers, united we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. 24 hours crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem, for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight. Believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.